Hello. Um, Thank you for the introduction. I have a 20-minute presentation, and when we were preparing for this presentation, we were wondering about what insight would be additive to this group. It's a fairly diverse group of publishers in the room here, and we wanted to spend 20 minutes to really share some insights that Disney and Maker have been able to accumulate over the last 4 years, working with the largest gaming network in the world. This is a gaming network by the name of Polaris, and gives us a lot of insights not only on what the gaming audiences are doing, how influential can we be on them, what kind of marketing makes sense to these audiences, and what does that mean for this group. So, my name is Gautam. I run Maker for Southeast Asia. The agenda is pretty quick. We'll talk a bit about key findings of this research, a bit about the evolution of gaming culture, how gaming has become mainstream pop culture, who is this audience, how does it overlap with your world, and really recap and close off a Q&A. So 20 minutes. We're a video company, so there's no better way to introduce the gaming network that Maker represents through a piece of video.
How'd I do?
All right, so we all are aware that millennials have revolutionized how content can be consumed, created, and even distributed online. And short form is become a default choice for these audiences. And as many of you would probably be tracking gaming content on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitch, that short format has taken over longish formats. In our research, there are a couple of key findings, and I'll drill down on each of these over the next few slides. One is the heightened trust of online personalities on the gaming audience. The youth culture has shifted, and gaming entertainment is the new pop culture, and we have some great qualitative insights on this piece. Millennials connect to a new breed of celebrities. They are not the Beyoncés and the hip hop icons of the world, but these are new generations of people who look like them, who talk like them, who are more authentic, more direct, and connected to them on an always-on basis on their social feeds. Millennials implicitly trust them. The Maker gaming audience, based on our research, suggests that nearly 40%, that they are 40% more likely than the average YouTube audience in agreeing with the statement. You get better insights and ideas from vloggers than mainstream media. So for an advertiser looking to promote a message, they are more likely to listen to an online celebrity than traditional mechanisms of advertising. This gaming audience has a voracious appetite. We call them gaming audience, we kind of give them a label, but they're not just watching gaming content online. They are watching a wide array of categories, and I'm going to talk a bit about that. And they are far more likely to be receptive to sponsorship and calls to action, like downloading a game. Gaming has changed. I mean, I remember growing up in the world of Nintendo and joystick was a big term. But gaming today is a far more ubiquitous and connected medium. More than half of US adults play games today. This trend is very true of Asia Pacific as well. When I look at the maker audience, we hit about 1 billion views in Southeast Asia alone, and almost 50% of that viewership today is watching gaming content. And this culture has spawned an ecosystem for entertainment, right? You're seeing esports arenas, you're seeing Comic-Cons, gamer entertainment, right? All kinds of formats that are feeding into this need for entertainment through gaming. Why? Right? What's causing this motivation? Why are average audiences participating in gaming? And it's really for 3 reasons, plus one. One, the need for connection. The second is the need to escapism. Satiating that competitive instinct, and entertainment. Right? There's a reason why the 15 to 25-year-old boy over-indexes in this category, because this is the space where his feeling for being connected, right, and he's kind of a bit of a misfit, bit of an outsider, not very comfortable under his skin, and in these age groups where the feeling of escapism and the feeling of connection really exaggerates. And, we're seeing a whole new category of genres coming together, right? And the most popular of this is Let's Play. Let's Play is a format revolutionized by players like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, whole Jinhao Tan in Singapore. And simple format, right? You play a game, capture the video play, record your audio commentary, edit, upload, share. Right? Our biggest gamers, players like Jacksepticeye, upload 1 video a day. It's as simple as that. Gaming entertainment has spawned a new category of programming. Right? One of my favorites is the show called Wonder Quest, which Maker produces with its largest Minecraft creator called Stampy. How many of you have heard of Stampy? So anybody with a kid in the 6 to 10-year-old will have heard of Stampy Longnose, especially Stampy's voice. It's Stampy Cat is a big Minecraft talent, and very popular with kids, very popular with the Disney core audience. And with Stampy, we created this show, an educational web series where we took his Minecraft talent to really, kind of further education among kids using the medium of Minecraft. Take a look at this video.
Terrific! You're here!
Hello, this is Stampy, and welcome to my new channel, Wonder Quest. Get ready for exciting adventures as I team up with my new friend, the Wizard Keen, to save the town of Wonderburg from the evil wizard Heinous. Our adventures are filled with action, comedy.
The only thing that doesn't hurt is my head. Ow, now everything hurts.
Cake.
Now take another bite.
Okay. Aha! Bricks. Well, can't say we didn't warn them. And of course, Barnaby. And if you're looking for something a little more animated, check out I Wonder. In this show, Keen and I get to explore the world in all sorts of new ways. It's the first fully animated version of me. It's just right. Please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single episode. And remember, always keep wondering!
So this example is really consistent with the DNA of Disney. Disney, as everyone knows, has mastered storytelling with every medium. Right from animation to films to TV to radio, and with the proliferation of online platforms like YouTube and Facebook, right, there is a new medium to tell a narrative. And what gaming entertainment presents itself is a new way of telling stories. And when you look at the Disney model and how they look to create franchises with a story at the core of it, which could have come from a film or from TV, right? We're looking at doing the same thing with gaming, right? And Stampy is a great example where, you know, a gaming creator worked with us to create a show, and now this show online, which is in its 3rd season on YouTube, is become a franchise where, you know, there are downstream opportunities with Stampy. Now, this is key for partners here because gaming is now pop culture. I love this slide in that each generation follows a trajectory, right, with youth, right? There is an aesthetic behavior that emerges, and the previous generation begins panicking about this behavior, right? And at some point, there's some homogenization, there's an absorption, and that becomes mainstream, right? The best example is music, right? We all grew up, many generations, and there was always this one icon of the decade that our parents would look at and say, you know, that's a rebel, right? People were nervous about Elvis, moved on to the Beatles, all came down to Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, and, you know, these rebels of culture were often who millennials and the youth associated with it, and they found their voice with, and at some point they kind of tipped over, transitioned over and became mainstream. Today there's a gap. You know, where are these rebels of culture when you look at the Billboard charts and Selena Gomez and Jennifer Lopez are in the same chart, right? One's a 23-year-old, the other's a 46-year-old. The lines have blurred between these generational markers of difference, and what we're seeing is gamers are the new celebrity. They are the new rebellious musicians who speak to a voice, who speak to a narrative or a commentary that audiences care about. So gaming and gaming entertainment is defining today's pop culture. So in our research, we really studied, you know, what kind of celebrities do audiences really connect with, have really called out as their favorites. And, you know, there are names who, you know, many of these have not heard of before, right? Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, right? Yes, there is Taylor Swift and Johnny Depp, but, you know, you have all these new names, you know, KSI coming on board who are being called out as celebrities that the audience connects with. And switching over, when they look at these celebrities and they look at the content, it's not just gaming entertainment. If you're looking to promote a game, it doesn't necessarily mean you need to present it through gaming content. You know, these audiences are watching films. Think about Star Wars, think about Marvel, think about all these movies which are big with fanboys and gamers. Food content, pets, smart living, education, sports, right? Huge correlations between what the gaming audience stands for and what kind of content they are watching. And when you look at how much content are they watching, they over-index in a huge way. Gaming audience watches twice the amount of content that an average YouTube audience would watch, right? So 406 minutes per week versus 207 minutes per week for YouTube. And for an advertiser, many of whom are in the group here, right, you need to address this audience. And the oddity is this audience is on the go. They're at home. You know, many of them on the home, they're at school, they're at work, right? They're at the gym, daily commute, right? So this audience is not just found in one platform at one place. You know, it's a mobile audience which is on the go. And often the kind of content that they watch is dictated by their need for convenience and the need for quality, right? And what device, the size of the screen is really dictated by how it addresses, you know, convenience and quality. So if you look at this chart here, accessibility, screen size, need for multitasking, over indexes over other factors. When you ask them, Why are they watching? What are they watching? If they're watching twice the amount of content that an average YouTube audience would watch, why are they spending so much of time? It really calls out three reasons. One, what they watch is something that they're very passionate about, and often the passion points that they seek out might not be in traditional content. The second is the stars. Audiences on gaming chase personalities, and often these personalities, like I showed in a slide earlier, are social stars. And a third is the feeling of, of being more cultured, where watching this content really helps them feel more cultured. And all this is good news for advertisers. When we ask them a number of questions on how receptive they are to sponsored content, there's some great insights. When a brand helps a star do something new and cool, they're 20% more receptive to it than in the average YouTube audience. When a product or service is a part of the content, they are 26% more likely to like that than the average YouTube audience. Whether that product or service message converts into interest, 33% over 26%. Whether the brand relates to the video content, right? Relatability of the brand to whatever content there is, be it travel series or comedy or drama or gaming, right? 37%. And more importantly than ever, their receptivity to sponsored content really depends on how entertaining and visually interesting that is, right? So many of us here looks at TVCs, looks at kind of creating visual pods to be able to promote a game to this audience. The visual interest, the entertainment aspect far over indexes for these audiences. It's not just the call to action to go download the game because your best friend or that one gamer decided to play the game. It's also bringing out the imagery, the visualization of the narrative in the conversation. And proof is in the pudding. How much more likely are these audiences to take action after watching video? The first is they're more likely to talk and share about this message with friends and family, 51% versus 38%. Taking information, looking for more information that was provided by the brand, more likely. And that kind of consumes down to which medium would they be influenced by, and what we're seeing is the YouTube platform over-indexes for this messaging. In terms of whether they consider themselves to be brand loyal and adventurous based on the messaging, again, their numbers over-index. Now, there have been a number of platforms over the last 2 years, and this data basically suggests how YouTube continues to over-index for them. Yes, there has been social media, yes, there has been Twitch, but YouTube is still ruling the roost in converting these audiences. But the brands that they seek out, the brands that they listen to in hearing the message are not necessarily gaming brands. And you'll see a number of traditional brands that are telling them this message. Advertisers have taken notice of this. There are some great examples of this, which kind of really brings me to the end of this presentation. If this insight is interesting for you, and if you believe this audience can be influenced on the medium of gaming entertainment, what is it that you need to do to tap into it? And we kind of close off at Maker on these 4 types of opportunities that we often work with our gaming partners onto. The first is sponsorships. So aligning with shows, aligning with programming on the web that you can sponsor or integrate into. The second is influencer branded content. So creating programs with influencers, branded web series, which is built around a particular game. Could be in music, could be in travel, could be in gameplay. Social media postings, right? Very popular with some of our casual game friends. And then obviously media, tapping into the power of paid media on this network. So that's kind of the end of the presentation. I now open it up for questions. Thank you.
It's one of those things in Asia, you always have to start clapping. Someone has to start, otherwise no one will. Questions? Here's one from me. So, one of the things that most fascinates me, obviously I'm a digital native, but I'm not a millennial. Why do you think the change has gone from long-form entertainment to short-form entertainment?
I mean, variety of reasons, right? One is we lead busier lives, right? We, on average, our lifestyles have sophisticated in that there is a lot more to consume in a day, and appointment viewing has been threatened by that lifestyle. The second is device adoption. So if a mobile device can give you immediate access and the convenience of, snacking, in addition to binging, it's opened a whole new amount of time spent on the web. And it's just the convenience of it, right? Short format, right? You want it all, you want it now, and you're able to get your gratification in 5 minutes, and you don't have to wait for a 22-minute video to end or a 90-minute movie to end to get that ultimate gratification. And, we're seeing more, and that really over-indexing with millennials right now. And if the trends point to anything, it's becoming shorter and shorter, right? I wouldn't be surprised if 3 years from now you would see a far shorter format than what we're seeing on the web right now.
Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you.